Good morning. I'm Caitlin with Wiregrass Daily News, and I'm here with Miss Jenna Kate, who is Miss Wicksburg, and she will be competing in Miss Peanut coming up. Good morning, Jenna Kate.
Good morning.
Thank you for coming in this morning. So this morning we are talking about your platform for the upcoming pageant, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And it's called Spilling Fate.
Yes.
So tell me about Spilling Fate.
So, Spilling Faith started out as just an Instagram account when I was 12 years old. I just began posting Bible verses and different inspirational quotes that I felt like not only I needed at that age, but other girls. And since then, it's evolved into a lot more of the physical side of it, getting to go out and serve other people. Specifically, the Christless Girls Home in Wicksburg is where I've really found my place of pouring into other girls. And I don't think I ever imagined that it would become the community service initiative that it is now, but I have watched it grow so much since 2021, and I've truly enjoyed just getting to see how sharing my story, doing little things or doing big things like providing school supplies and Bibles for all the girls in Chrysalis, just being able to watch the impact that my actions can have on other people has truly been such a blessing.
Wow, that's awesome. So not only do you serve Chrysalis, do you serve other organizations or just individuals in the community or anything like that?
So I love wherever I feel a need and wherever I feel a calling is where I go. And so, no, I am not just a partner with Chrysalis, but I love to get involved with the local therapy offices in Dothan because I am someone who's always struggled with my mental health, but I learned how to get help. And so I hope by opening up the availability and options for others to also get that same help, I hope that it encourages other individuals to go and get the help that they need and that they deserve. So I like to donate money to local offices, not only to ease the payment off of other clients who may not be able to afford therapy, but also through other things such as giving toys, because a lot of times play therapy is used for children who aren't yet ready to express their emotions.
So other than donating toys, do you tell the people that you're helping, do you tell them about resources that they can reach out to help with mental health? Or um, do you, do you share your story with them and all of that too?
Yes, so I'm actually an ambassador for the National Foundation of Suicide Prevention. And so while I know that my story has helped a lot of other people and just being vulnerable is one thing, I also do know the resources that are available. And I'm able to share that with other people and let them know that they're not alone. 988 is the National Suicide Crisis Line. And I always encourage that as an open door to just let people know that even when it seems like there's no one there, there are people who are constantly sitting at a phone waiting for your call because they want to hear from you. And so that's available. And there's also resources here in Dothan, local therapy offices that are open and would love to hear from the teenagers in our area because I would hate for someone to not get the help that they need. And I know a lot of individuals who felt like they didn't know where to get help or they were scared. Being scared is a really big thing at our age because it is scary to say that you're not okay and that you need help. But I hope that by encouraging others with my story and letting them know how much I benefited from receiving help, I hope that it also encourages them to get help for themselves because growing and getting better is the biggest blessing ever because there is always another side on the rainbow, but sometimes you don't really think it's there until you find it.
Right. So you said that you started this whenever you were 12. I don't know why, but I thought maybe, you started the platform whenever you became Miss Wicksburg, but this is something that you've been working on for a while then.
Yes, it absolutely has been, and one of my favorite things about Spilling Faith is the mini books that I write, and so what I there's an author, Grace Valentine, and she posts mini books, and I've always loved reading them. They're just little short slides on Instagram. For example, the last one that I wrote was for the girl who feels like she's always battling her own head, and so I'll just write my interpretation of what I think that person needs right now. Also, I've been there, and so I I'm always praying over the things that I'm writing, but I hope that my words will reach one person every time that I write a mini book, and I cannot tell you how many countless texts I've received of people saying, "This is exactly what I needed today." And that is the most rewarding thing for me because I'm a very passionate writer. And so knowing that I can write something that makes someone else feel heard or feel like that was God speaking to them that day, that's so amazing to me that it's something so simple. It takes an hour out of my day to just sit down and write these mini books, but that is so much to someone else.
This is such a really cool platform. A really cool platform.
Thank you.
So who else is involved?
Honestly, it's just me.
Is it just you?
Yes, I'm the only person who I come up with all the ideas, I get everything organized, and I have made a lot of connections through this. So, um, my therapist when I was a lot younger actually is on the board of Chrysalis, which is how I got started working with them. And through having simple connections like that, I've been able to be placed exactly where I feel like I'm needed to be. And so it's those people who make this possible. But I would say, honestly, God has just placed these people in my life so particularly so that I end up right where I'm needed the most and where I can truly make a difference. And I love that this is something that I'm passionate about. I don't feel like it's anyone else making me do this, and I'm not doing it for the pageant, but because it's something that I hope that Spilling Faith being just a little small community service initiative, changing one person's life is more than enough, but I hope that one day I can really expand it and that I can make a really big difference in the world.
So you do want to see it grow?
Yes, absolutely.
What is your dream? What would you say your dream goal is for Spilling Faith?
To be a public speaker like Sadie Robertson. I would absolutely love to travel the world on, like, a speaking tour, and hopefully I'll end up going to seminary school and I'm able to do a little bit of preaching, but I know that with technology growing all the time and the pressure just becoming more and more on future generations, that the issue of mental health is not gonna go away, and so I know that I am able to have a really big voice in that aspect, and I hope that I can continue to make my story known and to reach the people who need to hear it.
Well, I've only known you for about 5 minutes now, and I think that I'm talking to her mama right here, but I think you're definitely gonna be able to reach that goal if you keep at it and stick to it. Wow, what a great thing that you're doing. So, where all do you serve? I say where, but what all communities are you serving?
So, Chrysalis is located in Wicksburg.
Right.
So, I pretty heavily serve Wicksburg, but also the Houston County area with the local therapy offices that I reach. And I've made over 20 appearances as Miss Wicksburg. So, we have a special needs girl at Wicksburg who I've always walked in the Christmas pageant. And so I've been able to go to a couple events with her, such as the Buddy Walk and different things like that. But honestly, and I've done the pace setter kickoff.
Oh, yeah.
Wherever when I see something and they need helpers and I'm available to go, I'm right there doing it because serving my community is honestly just what I love so much.
And you feel like all of that ties into Spilling Faith?
Yes. The heart behind everything that I do is that I've been able to see God change my life so incredibly much, and I don't want anyone to feel like that can't happen to them because of anything that they're facing. I don't want them to think that God is not right there with them, walking right beside them during the midst of it and working in ways that they can't see. I want them to know that God sees you and hears you, and He can heal you, and He will. And I know that because He did it for me. And so the heart behind everything that I do is just letting my light shine for the Lord because none of this is me. None of it. My prayer walking into everything is that none of this is me. This is not Jenna Kate. I'm here, but I'm a direct reflection of God and everything that He's done for me.
Wow. You are so well spoken. How old are you?
I'm 17.
Oh my goodness. Gosh. Wow. Good luck. You're so good. Mama's over here crying in the corner.
Try not to.
But okay, so with every platform, there's always a why, and I know that you're connecting it to your story, your struggle with mental health. What is your why?
So, when I was in middle school, I had a group of boys who had never met me, bully me, and it ended up getting back to me, but what started out as something that I thought was just happening at their school ended up becoming very widely known nicknames that they had made for me, and I had never met these boys, and they were just being typical middle school boys, but you don't really think that when you're in the midst of it,
Right.
and when everyone is calling you this, and I can remember being at a birthday party one time, and a girl from this same school had come up to me and asked me if that was my name, this nickname that they had called me, and that's when I was like, "Wow, like, this is something that a lot of people are beginning to think about me," and I just remember how hard it was to go through this and truly believe these things that boys are saying about you, especially in a time where you're figuring out who you are, everyone's making new friends, and you're about to go into high school. And my friends would always tell me, Jenna Kate, I'm so glad that this is happening to you because if this was me, I could have never handled it. And you handle it so well.
I'm
And
sorry that
everyone
happened to
thought
you.
that, but that wasn't true. And I never let anyone else know how much it affected me until I couldn't not tell anyone.
Right.
And so I struggled with a lot of things alone for a long time, and I finally ended up getting help. But because I have experienced every emotion you ever could, I understand the girl that feels behind, that feels lost, and feels unworthy. And I want to be a voice for her right now when she feels like she can't. And my prayer is that someone hears this and just says, "That is me." And I hope that I can get to where she is one day. And the truth is that it never gets fully easier, but I've learned that just having God and knowing God changes the trajectory of everything that I believe about myself.
Wow. Well, first of all, I'm so sorry that that happened to you. Kids in middle school, boys especially. I'm sorry, boys, but y'all can be mean. Y'all can be real mean to girls, and girls can be mean girls too. But where can someone go to find to if they hear this and they resonate with it and they're like, "That's me." Where can they go to read your mini stories or find a way to connect with you?
So my Instagram is Spilling Faith, and so is my Facebook. And I'm pretty consistently making posts, specifically mini books, that are always going to be there to encourage you. But not only that, my DMs are always open. And a lot of people that follow me are my close friends and people that know me. But if this is someone that didn't know me, that doesn't mean any less to me at all because I know there are girls out there who feel like this right now. I know that. And if that's who's listening right now, I just want them to know that whether or not they feel like their friends can currently be there for them, I can currently be there for them in the sense that there are resources available that I can guide them to. I can be the friend that you need, and my mini books are always there for just that little bit of encouragement. And more than that, if they don't have a relationship with God, I would truly truly ask them to consider pursuing that, even when it feels like a God, like, that's so big and that's so scary, but He's there and He's real, and, I mean, just this morning I had a friend who hasn't talked to me in a really long time text me, and it was a screenshot of a song called "Slower I Go,"
Mhm.
and it was about just being slow, being patient, and knowing that God shows up always on time, so there's no need to rush anything, and she sent it to me and said, "This just made me think of you," and I was like, "That is one of my favorite songs ever, thank you so much for sending me that," and this week is a pretty stressful week on me school-wise, and we have the peanut knowledge test this Saturday, and so it was a lot, and I was like, "Thank you so much for reaching out to me." And then I got in my car and I hit shuffle on my playlist, and that was the first song that came on.
How
And
about
I
that?
was like, "Wow, God is telling me something this morning." And then got out of my car and I was running inside and I fell up the stairs and I was like, "Oh my goodness, I have got to listen to God just say slow down."
Yeah.
Like that was God speaking to me this morning, and I used to sit in my bed and pray to God and say, "I can't hear you. Like, I don't know what you're trying to tell me, but I want you to speak to me." And now it's those small moments like that where I so vividly hear God's voice. And I just want every girl to know that that can be them too. I'm not special or different. I'm not called any more than anyone else. I'm just obedient.
That's fantastic. You are amazing. I love her. I love her. But thank you. So your Instagram is Spilling Faith, and that's the
Yes.
same name as your Facebook.
Yes.
So that's where we would like to direct people to go if they want to contact you or if they resonate with what you're saying. But yeah, gosh, wow. What an amazing platform. Thank you so much, Jenna Kate, for coming in today, and good luck this weekend with Peanut Knowledge, and good luck with your pageant.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome.